We're number one.
Jimmy, he's being a cheap ass. You know, I'm like, damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens to our podcast.
Right, we're the best. You know, they say people that cuss are more honest. So I'm an honest motherfucker. Put the fish away, Reggie.
It don't even hurt to get first anymore.
Not for me.
Nothing to it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to do it.
I wear a thong. I got one on right now. You want to see?
Jimmy and Gee. Madhouse Bar Talks, baby.
That is a bunch of shit, if you ask me. That makes no sense.
Morning. Late start. January 5th. First podcast of 2025. This year has jumped off crazy as shit. Have you been keeping up with it?
No.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Well, you know about the New Orleans guy, right?
Yeah.
So the New Orleans guy, did you see how he went in? Did you see that video where they show how he went in?
I didn't watch the video.
He literally is driving down like an intersecting street, and there's a cop car, like blocking it off, you know what I mean? But there's enough room between the cop car and like the sidewalk to get back there. Literally just pulls up next to him and just goes and floors it, starts heading into the crowd. Takes off, goes through there or whatever. The crazy part about that one, the one that blows my mind about that one is, I mean, clearly the guy lost his mind, but like they show him doing the real estate thing. And when he's doing the real estate thing, he's got like these videos that he made, you know, saying to come look at his real estate. He seemed like a pretty normal guy, and you know what I mean?
Most of them do.
Oh, so weird, so bizarre. But then even more bizarre is like the New York Post is like, they're like just chilling in there. Like they're just in his house. Like they're just walking through there with cameras, recording the whole thing. Like what, since when do you allow that to happen? Like the next day. They're like in his, like, it's like a trailer or something. And they're just walking around saying this is his apartment or whatever. Or not his apartment. It was like a trailer, I think is what it was. Yeah, they're just going through showing his bomb banking material where it's set up at. Like, that's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the odd? I've never seen him do nothing like that. Never. I've never seen that. And then, did you see the one Amazon woman? Some lady that worked at Amazon, she got hit by the car and shot in her ankle with a bullet. And Amazon won't give her PTO.
Jeez.
What the fuck? How can Amazon not, like... I'm praying that it's like an app or something, and like they just have to actually get a hold. But yeah, that's what actually happened.
That's probably a joke.
And then like they're saying that, and the whole thing is just, that one's weird, but the weirder one is the Vegas one. The Vegas one, that guy, first of all, has ties to this area. He went to school in I forget, like Bucyrus maybe. And he just bought his parents a house in Cuyahoga Falls.
You got money, huh?
Well, he's a Green Beret, active duty Green Beret.
I know what you're talking about now, yeah.
And
I did see some stuff on him.
He's a Trump supporter. And he supposedly pulls up and blows up this car. He's a Green Beret, blows up this Tesla, which, first of all, Tesla's the worst possible vehicle you can use to make a bomb out of, because it's like it's the bulletproof shell. You know what I mean? Like nothing's gonna do anything. It's not gonna damage anything. It's not gonna. True story.
No, I thought he didn't drive it up there.
Okay. Well, that's what we're trying to get to, all the different things. But and then he's got like canister fuel and like camping fuel and fireworks in the back.
Yeah.
And he shoots himself supposedly with a Desert Eagle. Do you know what a Desert Eagle is?
Yeah.
The 50 cal, like, dude, that's a cannon, dude. And nobody said, oh, we heard a gun. Dude, you'd have heard a gunshot. That motherfucker is loud. That is probably the loudest gun I've ever heard in my life. It's loud as shit. For them not to say, oh, I heard a gunshot in the car, so nobody notices that. And they've got the recording of it. You don't see no big boom beforehand, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's weird enough. So the guy that's in there burn up is shot in the head, and right away they got all this video footage of him driving through the area. There's video of him at the charging station. Like, there's all this, like, they got instant video of this guy, all his movements, everything. They've got it all instant, right? So then this Shawn Ryan, have you heard about this yet? So Shawn Ryan he's got a podcast, but he's like I think he's an ex-Navy SEAL, if I remember right. He's got this podcast where he is always basically talking military stuff or government stuff, whatever you want to call it.
Did you look it up?
What's that?
Did you look it up?
Look up what?
His podcast. Did you watch any of them?
I've seen him in the past, like at least the clips, but all of a sudden this one shows up about this one specifically, and he says he's going into hiding after he puts the podcast out. He's going into hiding, and the podcast was with a guy by the name of Sam Shoemate, who is supposed to be like a internet sleuth when it comes to the government, like whistleblowing type guy. He claims on the Shawn Ryan interview, he comes on there and claims this guy sent him a message the day before and said, "Can you get this to Shawn Ryan?" And I can't stress this enough. It has to happen today. The day before he says this. Says he's heading to Mexico. The government's following him. That he's got a bomb for a vehicle. All this crazy shit. And it's like, he goes, well, the thing wouldn't go through, so I had to do it through an email for me. So he sent me this email, and they show a copy of this, basically his email. And then he goes, do you have his email? He goes, no, he asked me to delete it as soon as and it's like, yeah, I don't buy that. Do you buy that? Why would you delete it? Ever.
It don't matter if you did or not.
You're an internet sleuth and you delete it? You wouldn't delete it.
Well, what I'm saying is they could pull it up. You know that.
No, I get it. But he's saying he deleted it. He didn't have it when he was talking to, I don't know, man. This Shawn Ryan with this, the whole thing just smells like bullshit to me. Like he just made the whole fucking thing up. But it doesn't make sense. It says Trump supporter pulls up. You know what I'm saying? Like rolls up, blows his head off, and fires this thing off. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And it blows up within 20 seconds of being there, too. So you'd assume that means he was in the car, right?
I thought that was they only used a Cybertruck so they could remotely park it there.
Supposedly, but one of the things with the Cybertruck won't drive unless there's a person behind the wheel. But somebody said, well, what if he got his head blown off and his eyes were open? It would still let him. You know what I mean? But they're saying that Elon Musk is working on getting the cameras from inside the whole thing. But the whole thing just screams weird shit. Like, it's just, I mean, if he's a Trump supporter, why is he putting there? But anyways, the Shawn Ryan thing, he's saying that China and America have these zero gravity drones, and that's what's flying all over, and that China's been releasing them out of submarines in the Atlantic for all this time. I mean, the whole thing is so crazy, like so bizarre. And it sounds like sci-fi shit, you know what I mean? But supposedly this is what this guy worked on, drones for the military. So then you go, okay, well, maybe. And he says the government's after him in the email that he said that Shawn Ryan shows. He says he's actually after him.
I don't know. They're acting like this is a big old mystery. Everybody knows that the government knows about them damn drones.
Well, yeah, no, I get that. I get that whole thing. But what he's saying is that there's zero gravity technology that we're not talking about, or Yep.
Yeah.
Which they're saying is like UFO type technology, basically.
Well, I think Tesla came up with something. The real Tesla came up with something like that way back in the day.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Like just the whole way this year came in. Like it's just there was that. Supposedly there was a bomb in a semi truck in South Carolina, in Greensboro, South Carolina. There was like a nightclub shooting in Queens that went on. What else was there? What else do I got on there that went on? Oh, they found this 40-year-old putting an IED in the trains in Idaho.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just over and over and over. Like, you got to be kidding me, you know? It just, I don't know. It's wild. It's wild, but this is what I'm going to say. Because now I've noticed that the news is nothing but the storm, the snowstorm. That's all I'm seeing. Is that true with you too?
Nah, I don't be watching that shit.
That's all I'm seeing on the news. Like I'm seeing even in my feeds on social media, all of it's talking about the snowstorm that's coming across. Then I'm looking, and it's dropping 6 inches of snow. Huh? 6 inches of snow, and this is all we're talking about on the news?
Yeah, shit.
It's a little odd, don't you think?
Well, that's our social media.
Yeah, but why? It's distraction, I think. It's distraction. Because why all of a sudden that's what's all over the news? Like, well, what happened to
this big old
I mean, all this
else.
all this shit's going on. The drones, Russia supposedly is threatening us again because of like, I guess like England sending, the UK sending missiles over there that have hit them, and I don't know. It's just if something goes down big, we know they're hiding this shit. They're just trying to keep us out of the news right now with this bullshit about the 6 inches of snow. Like, are you kidding me? This is Ohio. 6 inches of snow is gonna hit the news? Come on now.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
When it gets up to 2.5 feet, then call me.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense why that's what's all over the news right now. And it really is. That's what I'm seeing everywhere. And I mean, then there's like all these like, they're all from Fort Bragg, like the guy from the guy in the Tesla, the guy in the frickin' going through New Orleans, and also the one that tried to shoot the president.
Yeah.
The one that was on the golf course trying to shoot. They were all from Fort Bragg. And then they're saying this guy, the one that went in New Orleans, they said he had bombed. The bombs that he had 2 IEDs that were there in coolers that he had went and dropped off earlier, and he had a remote detonator in his car. Why he didn't set him off, I don't know what that was about.
How did they catch him?
The one that drove through the crowd? He crashed in.
No.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I didn't know which guy he was talking about.
Either one of them got killed right on the scene. Either one of those two got killed. Either the IED or the one that was driving through the crowd. They said he said IEDs and then in a car had a detonator. But they said the bombs were made with like chemicals that have never been used in the United States.
Chemical?
That's what it said. Bomb-making chemicals that have never been used and they keep specifying in the UK or the United States. And they said he just traveled to Egypt recently, too. Supposedly for like a month, he went to Egypt. So that's weird. So, yeah, this year is like freaking crazy. And then we had an incident on New Year's Eve. That guy come in. He was drinking all day. Some guy, he started getting on everyone's nerves real bad. So I go down there to see what's going on, and I could see he's just like standing behind everybody.
Creepy.
Like,
He's creepy as hell.
Yeah, and I'm going, Gito, this guy, what's up with this guy? And you're like, hey, he's bugging Bert. And you're like, something's up with him. So I walk down there, and I'm looking at him. He's just standing there, and the bartender tells me she already cut him off. She goes, I already cut him off. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go, what's you all right? And he goes, yeah. He goes, a lot of crazy people around here. You got to protect yourself. That was his exact words. A lot of crazy people. You got to protect yourself. And I'm like, what the fuck's that mean? So then I'm looking, he's got a hoodie on, with that center pouch in the front. And I tell you, I go, it looks like there's a gun in that pouch. Like, it looks like it's got that L shape, you know what I mean, in his pouch that looks like there's a pistol in there. And he just said what he said, you know what I mean? So then I'm like watching him on the cameras upstairs trying to see, because I told him, I just go, yeah, I think you need to just go. I said, you're good, but you need to just go for now. And he goes out, and you could see he's like at the back patio. I could see him looking at that little window at the door or whatever.
He had to stand on his tippy toes and look in it.
And then Jermaine comes running up. He goes, he's out there racking a gun. And I'm like,
It sounded like it did.
I'm like,
I was
what the
right
fuck?
there.
Yeah. Well, he said that you said it too. And I'm like, oh shit. So I call the cops right away. And I'm on the phone with the cops as they're coming in. I'm watching the cameras. And I go, if you come in the front door, he's right in the middle bar, long hair, great, you can't miss him. And they come in and they hurry up, and just the first thing they do is they sneak up behind him and slide their hands into his pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like literally just walked up, snuck, and slid right into his pocket.
And they found a knife on him. And
It was a knife, and that's what he was clicking. That you guys thought was racking a gun. He was clicking a knife, but they're like, "Oh, he don't have a weapon." It's like, what the fuck's a knife? Do you guys remember 9/11 when they freaking took over planes with box cutters? That's what he had, was a box cutter. I mean, that was what he was talking about. He was going to hurt somebody with, evidently, when he said he has to protect himself. But the cops didn't seem to think that was a threat of any sort.
he was on the back porch. He was saying, what did he say? I don't know, but he reached in his shit. He kept clicking it. He was just talking like I got mine or something like that.
Is that what he was saying?
Yeah,
I got
something
mine.
like that.
Oh my God.
I was like, yeah, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, nerve wracking. So then the next day, I'm down there, and like 5 of his coworkers are down there, and they're like, "Hey, did you get in that?" I won't say his name, but they're like, "You called the cops on him?" And I go, "Yeah." They go, "What did he do? He had a gun?" And I said, "Well."
He was making it portrayed like he had a gun.
He was portraying, right, that's what I told him. I said he was making it look like he had a gun. He actually had said that there was crazy people here and he had to protect himself. He literally said that to me. And he was trying to play it off like he had a gun. And I'm like, this is not cool. Because I actually do have a gun and I don't want to shoot nobody.
Right.
I really don't. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there talking to him and bullshitting with them, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't stand that guy anyways." That's it. They're like, "He's a weirdo, dude." They call every one of them. They're all like, "Good. I'm glad he can't come in here. Now we can come in and enjoy this place."
Man, everybody was having a good time, man.
Everybody. It was a great time. That he was the only one that couldn't seem to figure it out.
Did you see him fall?
No, I didn't see that.
I don't know if he went to sit on a chair and just the chair, like he was just catch the end of it or something, and the chair flies out. He hits the ground. Boom.
I just see him like everybody's just sitting there and he's just standing behind him.
Yeah, being
and
creepy.
Like, yeah, it was just so creepy and weird. But those guys all seem pretty cool that he works with. They're like, yeah, we don't like this dude at all. And then they start talking about Mexican tequila. They're like,
wasn't him. He's not Mexican, right?
yeah, but they were talking about Mexican tequila. They said it was called Damania, something like, whatever it is. Apparently, it's an aphrodisiac. And the one's like, "Oh, I have my dick hard for 2 days when I drink that shit." I'm like, "What the hell?" They go, "Yeah, they don't sell it in the U.S. because of that and this and that." I'm like, "Holy shit!" That's the worst thing you can have is like alcohol that makes you super horny. Like, just turn people into rapists, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Look, there's Brian Rowe.
Good morning, Brian. He's not on mine. He must be on Bar Talk. I'm on Bar and Grill.
I went to a job with them this week.
Did you?
Yeah. Holy shit. Him and George, that's all they do is talk.
They were just talking. What do you mean?
Oh, they're at each other all the time. They're like best friends. They just razz each other all day. That makes their day go faster.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm wondering if the Shawn Ryan thing is the government's new way of trying to control the media, like trying to put a news story out there on social media so it looks like it's legit instead of like on the fake news that nobody believes. Dude, this shit don't add up, man. It just don't add up. If shit don't add up, it don't add up. And this shit don't add up. Brian said it's hard to work with George.
I didn't see that. It did come up.
No, he just moved over to mine. You said he was there, and I didn't see him.
Oh.
And then he came over to Madhouse Bar and Grill.
Yeah. Them two are funny, though.
So, do you remember, like, the dress that was all over the internet?
The dress?
Yeah, everybody's seen it a different color. You don't remember that?
No.
So 10 years ago, it's 10 years ago, the anniversary is in 1 month, this dress comes out. And it's all over the internet. What color do you see? And I personally seen it as gold and like a baby blue. That's the colors I saw on it. Like a baby blue, like almost white and gold. That's what I saw. Amanda was like, I see blue and black.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? It was everywhere, dude. It was everywhere. Do you see it right now?
Yeah.
What do you see?
Gold and white.
You see gold and white? See, I see gold and powder. 50-50 people
What do you see right now?
I see gold and baby blue.
Gold and baby blue.
Yeah, that's what I see. But most people see black and blue. Dark blue, dark black. The actual dress is dark blue and black. That actual dress is blue and black. What happened was 10 years ago, a mother's at the store buying a dress for a wedding. She sends a picture to her daughter, and her daughter's like, you're going to buy a gold and white dress? And she's like, no, it's blue and black. And she's like, no, it's not. It's gold and white. She goes, I'm looking at the dress. I'm looking at the picture. It's black and blue. So the daughter puts it on Facebook.
It says what color is it?
And says what color is it, and it went viral. It went everywhere, all over. I mean, this was a big deal. It was on the news channels. We're all playing it, everything. But it was 10 years ago today. But yeah, we see it gold. That dress, like Amanda looks at it right now, black and blue. That's what she sees. That's what she's seen then. That's what she sees now. But it's 50-50. Some people see it black and blue like it's supposed to, like what it actually is. And some people see it like me and you do. Like you say gold and white, and some people say, like I do, it don't really look white to me. It looks like a baby blue. It don't quite look white. You know what I mean? But if it's 50-50 straight across the board, I mean, it's like literally, because the daughter posted that and asked that question, and nobody could agree. They couldn't get anybody to agree.
It's weird. On the one thing, on the one side it says it shows the picture, the other one doesn't.
What do you mean?
On the one website, there it is now. Yeah,
It should be there.
it says white and gold, just like I said.
Brian says the same thing. White and gold, could be super light blue. Amanda sees it blue and black.
I don't see no blue. I see white. And gold.
It's wild, though. This was all over the internet. It's crazy. That actual dress is blue and black. The actual dress. Other videos and pictures of it, it's blue and black. But this specific picture that the mother took and sent to the daughter has done this to the, and it's 10 years ago anyways. And I'm sure most people seen it back then. I don't know how you did. I mean, it was literally on Fox News. All those different stations had it. But yeah, that's 10 years ago. So I thought that was kind of cool because I'd seen it. I'm like, that was 10 years ago. I remember it going crazy, but I don't remember it being 10 years ago. Arguing with people, people will tell you that's black and blue, and they mean like when you see the actual dress, they mean black and blue.
Oh, I don't know.
It's weird. It's very, very weird. In fact, if you Google, like if I Google right now, if I do the dress, really, that's all you got to put and it shows up. The dress. All right. The dress itself. All right. Let me see if I could do with right screen framed. That's the actual dress right here. This is the actual dress. That's what you're actually. That's it. That's the real dress. But for whatever, and Amanda sees it exactly like that. That's how she sees it.
Wait for it to pop up. I don't see it.
It's wild. It's there now. It should be. But yeah, that's pretty bizarre. That's the dress. When you see what you just seen, and that's the actual dress right there. What you're looking at. Is it that delayed on yours?
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. Mine is like already went over it, past it, and everything else.
Well, on the other one it is. I just clicked back to the other one and it ain't on that one yet.
No. Well, it's probably gone now.
No, it's.
I just switched it back over.
I don't know. You're confusing the shit out of me.
Stay on one instead of going back and forth.
I want to make sure everybody sees what we're talking about.
They did, for sure.
Anyways,
yeah.
it's white and gold.
No, that's the actual dress is black and blue. So the argument for the people that say it's black and blue, they're right.
No, they're not.
I mean, the mother was like, "What the hell are you
Brian
talking
right.
about? It's black and blue." That's what the mother was saying.
Me and Brian are right.
That's crazy that it could even be. It's just like, wow, okay.
Yeah, so that that goes to show you how everybody sees things different. Why people see things different.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, there was an explanation about lighting and like how people perceive different lighting and all this. There was a whole explanation. And the weird thing is age had nothing to do with it either.
Right, like earring.
Yeah, like I would think like maybe if age had something to do with it or something, but it's not even age at all. It's like literally just the way your eyesight perceives something when you see it.
So you barred that guy, right?
Huh?
You barred that creepy dude?
Yeah, I told the police that he's not to come back here at all. Yeah, that guy was too weird for my liking. I was like, so this is how we're going to start the new year. This new year is freaking me out. It was crazy. It was nuts. Then we had Ogle's dance. Did you see Ogle's dance?
Yeah, no shirt. Let me close this door while we're talking about.
Yeah, and then Malibu's yelling at him. It was funny. Malibu's like telling him to get his shirt on. We're not doing that here. It's pretty funny. I put that one on TikTok. We got some pretty good views on it.
What about Jay? That's funny, huh?
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, Jay had that video, and I'll be honest, it's not that funny.
I don't know, weird.
It's funny, but I don't know that it's
2 billion views worth.
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out. I guess it's just like because a lot of that has to do with your hashtags. Like when you have hashtags, if you hashtag something that's popular at the moment.
I don't know, but everybody got it.
Oh yeah, everybody understood it 100%. Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to have him on here. I forgot to call him yesterday.
Yeah, that's wild. He went viral basically.
You can't pull that up or no?
I can, yeah. I can. Let me see if I can. Let me find TikTok. TikTok.
I think what was funnier is when he did that flip. Remember I showed you that one?
What was it?
He was doing a flip in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he broke his damn neck.
All right, so I've got mine. Let me see. Videos, reposts. I don't know if I can get the sound to go, though. I guess I probably can. I just got to turn it up.
Tuck that one away.
What color?
There it is.
I'm going to go ahead and tuck that one away.
What color?
You can hear it good now. Remember, you couldn't hear it.
I'm going to go ahead and tuck that one away.
What color? What color?
I'm going to go ahead and tuck that one away.
What color? What color?
Yeah, Jay's funny.
Yeah,
He's funny just in general, like just in a normal conversation. He's funny.
Yeah. He does some crazy shit.
Brian said, I just Googled it, and the wife sees white and gold, but this picture is black and blue. He said that. So he's looking at it. He's seeing something different. He said white and gold on my screen, and he said black and blue on the other one. But I when I looked for that, I looked for the original picture, it said. So I think that I have the original picture up, so it shouldn't look white and gold. Should look the black. It should look. Amanda looked at it and said it looked black and blue. Yeah, it's. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know how the heck that happens. How did your eyes get tricked like that? That's bizarre. Very, very bizarre. And now we've got Trump going into office. He's claiming he's going to get rid of taxes on overtime, on Social Security, and he's going to try and get all income taxes taken care of. That would be crazy if he could do that.
Yeah, but then the price of everything else is going to go skyrocket.
Is it?
It'd have to. And how are you going to support the government?
Well, businesses would be still taxed. I don't know how that works because do they really make money off of income tax? I mean,
I know on taxes.
Most of the people I know that get income tax, they get freaking big tax returns. A lot of them in Lorraine, anyway.
I don't know.
I mean, employees, that are working, you know what I mean? So if you wash it both ways, I don't know. Seems like it'd be all right.
I thought, well, going back to where taxes started, wasn't it just a temporary thing to support a war or something? And then it was supposed to stop after? And it never stopped, so it should stop.
I agree. 100%. I'm on board. Get rid of them. I like it.
Just move on with your life. Just keep going. I don't know.
Yeah, like Brian says, you pay tax once, then not 12 times. Yeah, that's the problem though with it is that you pay. So the business that you sell to, that sells you the product, has to pay tax on the profit they made right away. So if they make any money, they're paying taxes on it. So they have to charge enough to make sure they cover the taxes so that they can make some money. So then there's that. Then you get taxed for sales tax when you're spending your money. On money that you already got taxed on when you earn the money. It's crazy.
You remember that old, it's an old movie, and it was based on a true story about this kid that started, what was it? A fertilizer. And then he was real young. They took him to court for taxes, and his argument was, we pay taxes when it goes in, and we got to pay taxes when it goes out. Like he was selling the shit for fertilizer. It was that kid that played in The Toy with Richard Pryor.
Oh, I never seen this movie.
But it's supposed to be a true story. And it was just a dramatic thing of him in court saying that.
I believe it, man. They tax the shit out of you. You're taxed every which way.
Yeah.
And then you buy a house and you got to pay tax on that bitch the rest of your life.
And then when you sell it,
then you got to pay profits for which okay. So this is my problem. You own a house for 10 years, okay, and you pay taxes on it every year. Okay, say you buy the house for 10 grand, okay? And I'm just using simple numbers. And you pay taxes on that every year, say $700 or something, I don't know. Whatever it is. You own it for 10 years, you paid $700 on it every year for 10 years, and it probably increased and went down, but just let's say it's an average $700. So in 10 years, you spend another $7 grand to buy on the house, and then you sell it for 20. They act like you made 10 grand profit. Like, fuck you. At the best, you made 3 grand. That don't even count the like insurance you got to pay on top of that. You know what I mean?
Upkeep.
Right. That's just some horse shit. That's bullshit.
It's the way the world turns, I guess.
Yeah, that shit's got to stop. That owning property and not owning property, it's like you buy property
to rent it.
To rent it, yeah. I mean, it's as cheap as the rent may be, but never is that more apparent than just now when they raised, on average, Lorraine County property taxes 40%. I mean, 40%, dude.
Right.
I mean, renters are usually don't go up 40% at a time.
You know how it was always it's best to own your house, and now it's not really. You're still paying. You might as well just rent them.
Well, you still better to own it. If you bought a house, well, like for instance, your house has went up what, probably 14, 15 times what you paid for it.
Oh yeah, but
so that's why you're still better. Huh?
Still ain't worth that.
But the thing is, you've paid that much in taxes, is what I'm saying. That's my whole point. You've paid that much in taxes.
Yeah.
And they don't count that as like, that's like, oh, you profited. How the fuck did I profit when I paid you taxes on the motherfucker? It's not like I just bought this and sold it for this, you know? And then Dale sold a bunch of his properties and then to buy other properties, but he sold them in December and bought in February.
They charged him.
They raped him, dude. They freaking charged him taxes the 1 year and not the next year.
He should have just waited.
He didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
You wouldn't think about that.
Well, I mean, if that's your business, but that's not really his business.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're in the real estate business, you're flipping them. Yeah, you probably pay attention to that shit, but you know you got to get rid of it. Like those big sums of money. I mean, granted, his wasn't big sums, but a lot of people know in business, if I made $1 million this year, I got to spend it this year or I'm going to get taxed on it. You know what I mean? But it ain't right when you're paying the taxes on it the whole time. That should count as your expense on the building.
I wonder if it's my fault. I was late today. And I wonder if people like it better, being a little bit later.
Well, the problem is, one of the big problems is I don't think I have a bartender at 11 o'clock. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to bartend at 11 o'clock.
Wow, who's supposed to be here?
Oh, drama.
Oh.
Always drama. Drama. It's always unavoidable drama. Drama. So TikTok's over on the 19th.
You believe that?
That's what I mean, as of right now, everything's standing on that. I mean, they're appealing it. I think they appeal it on the 10th.
Oh, they're going to drag that on for years. I'm sure they ain't just going to shut it off.
I think it's already been dragged on for years already.
I don't know.
I guess, from what I understand, TikTok is an American company, but its parent company is a Chinese company. But I guess TikTok is actually an American company. It just has a parent company it's owned by a parent company, which is Chinese.
So they just don't want them to have the insight of it, right?
That's the thing. I don't think they have any proof that they are gathering that information. They're just making bold statements with no proof on it. And they're like, I mean, the thing is 170 million Americans, they say, use TikTok right now. 170 million Americans who are well aware, all of them are well aware that China is involved in TikTok. Mm-hmm. They don't know what the exacts are, but they know that China is involved in TikTok. And 170 million don't give a shit. No, he isn't, Brian. 170 million don't give a shit, and they just want to use TikTok. And why does the government get to make a decision that half the country has decided already that's what they want? I thought we were domestic or a democracy of the people. I thought the people got to decide what they wanted and didn't want.
Yeah, but you voted people in positions to make that decision for us.
It's bullshit. But 170 million Americans are making that decision on the daily. That's what they want to do.
Like I said, they also elected a person in
That's
place.
bullshit. That's all that's bullshit. That doesn't. I mean, that's just.
Maybe there's hidden things that we don't know about, like
But they can't prove them. They're asking them to prove it. They're saying, "Look, show me that. Show me that is exactly what's happening." They're making bold statements, flat out bold statements that they can't back up. I mean, explain that to me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know. Are we that close to going to war with like China and Russia that everything is this like extreme?
Probably always like that.
You think?
Yeah, it's just more clear now. Yeah, I think it's always been like that.
That it's that close that we're worried about. I mean, aren't they using our social media platforms over there?
Who knows? I don't know.
I would assume.
I don't know. They got more restrictions than we do.
That I do know, yeah. They do have restrictions on things.
So probably not. They probably don't use others like
I think like Facebook like gives the restrictions in those countries though.
Right. I'm sure they're restricted really tight.
Do you think that's like that there's a hack thing where like a cheat code where you can get in
when they ain't supposed
and be the American ones or whatever? You think so?
Oh yeah.
But I don't know, how does that work? If TikTok gets taken down and it's an American company, it's taken down right here in America. So I think it's just gone.
I believe they open it up as they separate it from China or whoever.
It is right now. That's how it is right now.
I'm saying like blocked completely, kind of.
Well,
that's how South
that's
Korea.
what they're demanding. They're demanding that the parent company sells to an American company.
Well, that's kind of.
That's what they're doing. They're demanding it.
If they give them like almost, you know how like when they take your land and they give you a fair amount of, value for it.
Annex.
Annex. What are you talking about?
That's what that's called when they annex your land.
Yeah, I thought it was called something domain.
The eminent domain, but it's annexing is what the process.
Well,
that's what they do. They annex it.
What I'm saying is, if they did something like that and gave them fair market value for it, oh well.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but they're not. I don't think that they're allowed to do that. I don't think. That's not like land. That's not.
Well, it's still they're taking something from somebody, a business.
I don't think there's a precedence for that, though. I don't think that. I don't think that's allowed. I don't think Congress would have the power to do such a thing.
What? Shut them down?
They have the power if they vote in to shut them down, but I don't know that they have the power to annex the business.
I would still say you got to pay them something. You just can't shut somebody down after they invested so much in it.
I don't know, because if it is a parent company as China, they have no American law rights. If the parent company that owns it is in China, I mean, it's like if that's the problem with us.
You allow them to invest their money in it.
Yeah, but
now you're just taking it. That's pretty fucked up.
Maybe, I don't know.
The American way.
But I mean, they're taking our patents and just reproducing them and selling it all over the world, and they have no they're not privy to our laws. So why would we be privy to theirs?
You value it at what it's worth, and you pay them off and say, "Here, we're shutting you down." I guess that's how I would do it.
Trump wants to get him in, but it's supposed to be shut off before he's in.
What do you mean you're supposed to get him in?
He's supposed to. What the heck happened? Trump. It's supposed to be closed on the 19th. It's supposed to be turned off, and then on the 20th, Trump gets inaugurated. So it'll be the day before Trump gets inaugurated. And he's asked them not to. And he's.
Do you think TikTok helped Trump get in?
He thinks it did. He says it did. He opened that TikTok account. Well, their fear is like what was going on with Facebook. You know, that like China is going to change the algorithms, I think. Well, they think that they're collecting American. Their claim is that they're collecting American data. Mm. But then they also have the fear that they're going to set algorithms or set, just anti-American in your For You pages. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that it's all anti-American rhetoric that's coming across.
Yeah, I think you separate our media with theirs. I do.
I think you've got to prove that they are doing that. If they are doing that, yes. If they're not, then you're limiting the American people from free speech. And American people have the right to see whatever is out there. They have that right. That's our First Amendment right. That's our number one right, is free speech.
Yeah, we can say whatever we want, but I'm saying we ain't gotta listen to them.
Well, that free speech meant for the media, and that isn't a media company, no matter who owns the.
Yeah, but you don't know what their intentions are with it.
I get that, but 170 million Americans would rather just mess with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that ain't what I'm saying.
I know it's not what you're saying. I'm just saying, why do they get to decide what we get to? We should decide for ourselves what we want.
Like I said, we voted people in position to make that decision.
Yeah, but we voted them out, and they're making a decision while we're on their way out the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I do think it should be the new who's ever going in there now. You ain't going to make a decision what.
Well, he's trying to start a war. He's like freaking giving the rights to Ukraine to fire missiles, and we're assisting him firing missiles into Russia. Like, he's trying to start a war.
Who's that?
Biden, or whoever his puppet master is.
Okay.
And then he's giving out awards. Like, he gave all these medals out. He gave one to Liz Cheney, which everybody hates Liz Cheney.
For what?
I don't know what it was. I forget what award she got. Some kind of medal. She got a medal. Hillary Clinton got a medal.
Oh, okay.
He forgave all them, like, sex offender type people or whatever. Like, he's just like, I don't know what the hell's going on with him. They're evil, I think. I think whoever that's in charge, I think they're just pure evil. What else could it be, dude? I mean, why would you just... There's no explanation for it, except that they're evil. I mean, he's just pardoning out, like, any and everybody. Like, it's nobody that has, like... There's no reason for it.
Questionable position in prison or something.
Yeah, it's not like somebody who's on a murder charge that they think he didn't do. It's like sex offenders and shit like that. Like,
totally 100% found guilty.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any I don't know, man. It's I think it's pure evil. I think there's pure evil and I mean, you see that with that, like, whole thing that they were doing with Bellagio with that, like, remember that ad they had with the little kid and like the like that? That's just sick. They're sick fucks in people.
What was I gonna say? What else you got? Let's get off that.
What were we on? I forget what we were even on.
Well, you're talking about the pardons and stuff.
Oh, did you see the DEA agent in Portage County?
Mm-mm.
He like something happened. They were in a bar, like a little bar, and he's a drug enforcement agent for Portage County, but he's in a bar drinking. Him and another, I think, officer in the bar drinking, and they frickin' basically pinned down this foreigner truck driver and hold him hostage. And call the cops on him and all this stuff. They got in a bunch of trouble. They're like, he's not even from here. They show the video cam footage. He goes, he's not from here. And he's a truck driver who just was having drinks there. Been in the country legally like 13 to 14 years. And they're like just freaking harassing him because he's an illegal immigrant. Well, he's not. He's a legal immigrant, but he's an immigrant. And because of that, they're just like freaking went off on him in a bar. Wow. In Portage County, some little hick bar, like a little small.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
That's real crazy. And that's happening right here in Portage County. I'm sure he's going to get a shit ton of it. I think one of them's already got let go, I think, or I think one's let go and one's on disciplinary leave right now for that one. I mean, they were just off duty, but that's what they did. And they like show the woman cop. She's like, they just are like harassing this guy because he's not from this country. Like they show him away from him talking and in the body cam, and he's like, they're just like, this ain't right. Like they got him pinned down and shit. It was wild. It was definitely like, what the hell?
I think that body cam is the best thing they ever came out with when it comes to law enforcement.
To some degree.
Both ways. You know
to some degree, but sometimes it seems like they forget to turn it on.
Oh, yeah. Oops, it came up message.
Oops.
Got deleted somehow.
I don't know what happened.
Right.
This thing never works. It's like Amanda's mom.
It went right in the toilet. I don't know what happened.
It's like Amanda's mom. She could have a brand new cell phone. She's like, I don't know why it doesn't ring. It's this thing's always bothering me. And Joey too. They're two peas in a pod. Her mom, she talks to Joey more than her mom probably. Her mom definitely
doesn't want to talk, don't answer it, and then says something's wrong with the phone.
Yeah, definitely. Her phone's always got issues going on.
It's a brand new phone. Bought it yesterday, but it didn't ring today.
Yeah, I don't have any charge, and I took the dogs out. It's like we got you a battery pack to take with you while it charges. Yeah, she's pretty funny. But yeah, there was that. I thought that was kind of crazy. The other thing was with that whole Shawn Ryan thing at the end of that episode, he comes in saying that like supposedly Iran sent interballistic missiles through the legal ports at the border. and they're in this country right now. That's what he says. That email says that has happened or whatever. That whole thing was, dude, that was crazy. And I think it's all might be bullshit. Amanda's yelling at me for bringing up what her mom does with the phone. Well, it's true. She knows it's true. It's not like it's a big secret. Definitely is what she does. But so if that was the case, then that would make more sense with the drones. But I don't know if I believe this Shawn Ryan interview. And then I'm seeing things that are saying that the guy that was in an interview, that Sam Shoemate, that he's already been caught, like just trying to spread fake emails before and all this type of stuff. But if he has, why did Shawn Ryan let him on his show? I don't understand the whole thing. Like, dude, that's not, something stinks to high heaven. There's no question about that.
It'll come out. It always does.
Yeah, but what version comes out? You don't know if the truth comes out or if the
it's blended up a little bit.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, it's whatever truth they want to send out. Is it going to be the blue and black dress or the white and gold dress? You know what I mean? It's just frustrating.
Well,
but
whatever version they want you to see, I guess.
Yeah, right. It's just I don't know. But it's scary because now we're going into 2025 and we're like hoping this is going to be a nice new start to the everything. 24 was so shit, and then now all of a sudden it's just crazy. And then there's all that crazy shit, and then now for the last 2 days it's nothing but a winter weather storm.
Yeah,
that's all I see. Everything I look at,
just a little bit of storm.
It's going to be the biggest storm, and then I look and it's like
2.5 inches,
6 inches, but. The most I see anywhere is 8 inches. Like, why are we even discussing this? I mean, you're talking about Ohio. It's coming through Ohio.
You remember when we used to have that crazy snow, boy?
Yeah. I mean, they just literally, where Amanda's friend, Amber and Steven live, they just had like 2 feet of snow or 2.5 feet of snow.
And that was probably average 12 years ago.
Well, I mean, out there it is because they're in the snow belt, so they get a lot of snow out there.
But we used to get a lot of snow when we was younger.
Not like they get. Not like the snow belt.
But I'm saying we used to get a lot of snow here.
Yeah, it would stay too. That was the thing. When we were younger, it would stay. Like you would get snow, and it seems like you would have it all summer or all winter long.
Yeah, so now when it snowed like, again, it just accumulate on top of that.
Yeah, now it seems like you got snow for.
Right, it's all melted 2 days later.
Yeah, 2-3 days, and then it's gone. You know, that's weird. But they say global warming, but I don't know if I even believe that.
I don't believe that.
I don't know if I do or not. And part of that they say like lake effect snow brings in the big amounts of snow. But if it's warmer all the time, then the lake's not frozen over, so you should be getting more snow, technically. If there's no, you know what I'm saying? Technically you should in this area. If it's lake effect snow.
I know we had a lot more when we was younger. I know that.
Did you see the dumbass that lit off the cake of fireworks in Hawaii? Like killing everybody. Killed like, I forget, like 3 people died or something. It was crazy. Let off, like, you know how you wire them all together. The guy down at the end of my street did it for 4th of July. He lit off, like he did his whole, that guy, that Mustang Bob, they call him, Bob Wildhaber. He did his whole U-shaped driveway all in fireworks, had it all set up. For like a week, he was out watering everybody's lawn, making sure everything was wet, like watering the houses down, spraying everything. And then Jim tells us to come to the gas station and watch it because you could see his house right from the gas station.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
So we go over to the gas station and we're sitting there to watch the fireworks. And when I pull in, I go, "There's cops back there behind the station." And Jim goes, "There are." He goes, "Oh shit, they're gonna shut them down." And sure as shit, they come in swarming him before he lights them off. But then they bring a fire truck and an ambulance and let him light them. They just go, boom. But then he got sued. They ended up, I forget what he had to pay him. Like, he had to pay the city like 15 or 30 grand. Yeah. He got signed. I forget what, it was in the paper. It was like 15 or 30 grand. It was the last time he did. I guess he used to do it every year. But anyways, he did it where he set it up. He'd light it and they'd all just go forever. You know what I mean? So then this guy did it in Hawaii, and I guess shit just went south. Shit was shooting sideways, like blowing everything up in Hawaii. For New Year's Eve, they did it. New Year's Eve was scary. I look at like that thing in New Orleans. I've worried about that at New York forever. Like I feel like that's got to be
the target.
Yeah, it's got to be like the coveted one, right? Like that's got to be the coveted thing for terrorists to get.
You get the most publicity, sure, and most damage because it's so crowded.
I would never go. I would never go.
I wouldn't either.
Angel went the one year. I go, are you crazy? That's exactly where they're going to go for.
Targeted areas.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the most coveted spots. It has to be. It has to be.
But then you're, I don't know, you're like hiding in fear or something, kind of.
Just being smart. I mean, I'm out and about having a good time. I'm just not there.
Right.
Which I used to think I would want to go there when I was younger, but now the way things are. No thanks. Not even interested. And then now you see like I said, the guy with the train, like he's putting IEDs on the train. Why? What was that?
People are nuts, man.
And then this guy with the Tesla, like it's just that's kind of like the Tesla thing. Kind of like it kind of looks like the bombing that go like the suicide bombers that go into. It's kind of like that, but that whole shooting off a frickin' Desert Eagle before he went, I just don't buy it, dude. I just don't. Something stinks to high heaven with that one. But I don't understand it. And then they have so much information and so much video footage and like to prove that it's him that's in there. That's the key. Like everything is to prove that it's him in there. Look, you can tell that's the jacket. Like all these things that prove that that's who's in there driving the car. Like, why would they have to do that? Why would it be, you know what I mean? It just doesn't add up. Like, it feels staged.
I ain't looked into that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels staged. And then you're talking shooting a gun off, like right there. You don't see that go off in the video when they show it blow up. They show them pull up. It takes about 17 seconds. It blows up. You don't see a gunshot go off in the process. And this is a Desert Eagle. You'd see it.
Hold on. They'll come up with some stupid-ass explanation.
Yeah.
It was a Desert Eagle with a silencer on
it. Well, he had a bunch of guns in the car, too. There was like a bunch of different guns in the car. Oh, and that's the other thing. He bought the gun in Arizona, like, the day before. It's got a 3-day waiting period there, but they matched a Desert Eagle that he purchased it in Arizona 3 days before, or 1 day before.
Yeah, ain't it a 7-day limit or something?
Yeah, so he bought a Desert Eagle to shoot himself. Although there's other guns in the car, he just bought this one I mean, I guess if you're going to shoot yourself, you want to make sure you do it right, maybe. That's possible. You don't want to, like, just end up retarded. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you blow the bed, and a Desert Eagle would do that. I don't know. The whole thing is crazy, and this is how we've started the year. We're only 5 days in. 5 days in, and this crazy-ass shit is going on.
Yeah. Then you had this little midget running around here doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah, and then that guy, that was New Year's Eve, though. That was last year, thank God.
No.
That wasn't part of it. It was last year, because we got rid of him before the New Year.
Yeah. Everybody was having a good time until all that shit. I'm like, damn, dude, you're ruining it for everybody.
Everyone. And
Bert was growling. He was so mad.
I thought he did have a gun. I really did. I mean, it looked like a gun to me.
I don't know about all that
I wasn't going to risk it.
But I'll tell you what, it was probably, I don't know, another 5 minutes. I think Bert was going to whoop him.
Well, I was afraid, though, if that did happen and he did have a weapon, and he did. He had a box cutter. He just probably sliced open Bert a little bit, maybe.
I don't know, that dude could barely walk.
You don't got to walk that good to slice somebody.
I think Bert would have took care of him real quick before he pulled it out. Dude was a little too little.
He was a small guy, I'll give you that. He was a very small guy.
Didn't he give you a bad review, huh?
Yeah, he went afterwards. He went afterwards. He went on
funny.
Google and he said, That's how I even know what his name is. He said, this place is filthy. Don't ever go there or something.
But he didn't want to leave.
Yeah, right. And he's at work complaining about us to everybody. Yeah. And they all showed up here. They're like, oh, you can't go there. That's where we're going.
Yeah, you can't go? That's exactly the place we're going.
Yeah, they didn't care for him, they said.
But no, he was horrible.
He's odd. Well, you seen it, how odd he was. And then, I don't know what happened with him in Malibu, but it seemed like he was trying to like hug on Malibu or something, and she was pushing him away. I couldn't tell what was going on, and nobody said nothing to me, but I seen it, and I walked over there as it was going on to try and basically get rid of the situation. This was before anybody said anything. I just thought, this is weird, you know?
Right.
And I walked over there, and that's why when everybody else said something, I'm like, yeah, I've been seeing him acting weird, you know?
Yeah, he was strange.
Malibu, freaking, she aggravated me too. She came in with full intention that the bar just doesn't need 2 bartenders. Like, that was in her head. She don't care. We're packed. When Daniela gets here, we're packed. I got no help down there, and my sales sucked because there was no help. Packed for 2 hours, and then when she got here, she really didn't do anything either. She just kind of hung out, like didn't really try and do anything. That shit's got to stop. Like, and that's been a ongoing problem. I bring in 2 people so that because it's needed. I used to do that on a patio when it was needed, and then one person decides that they don't need to be there and don't do anything, and then one person gets stuck doing all the work.
Then they got to split at the end.
And it ain't right. It just ain't right. And that one specifically aggravates me because the attitude was there, shows up 2 hours late, frickin' is in the back talking shit when she walks in the door for like a half hour, doesn't even come out and help. And the place is busy the whole time. And I'm going to tell you what, I've been able to look at that bar and I know what my sales are by the bar. And I'm telling you, they're down at least $1,200 from what they should have been for the day. And I solely blame that on one person bartending instead of 2, because it should have been 2. Nobody should be waiting for drinks. You know what I mean? You got to get one drink in you and then get the other one. Not stand around and wait for an hour for somebody to come help you. You know? That's the whole reason you have 2 people there. But yeah, it frustrated me. That was a very frustrating day.
We've been using that saying since you got the place.
What's that?
Trying to be part of the party instead of.
Yeah, they're here for they think they're here for the party instead of hosting the party, and they're here to host a party,
not be part of it.
Right, absolutely. I guess since you got here late. And somebody's not showing up to bartend, I guess we got to end it pretty early, which kind of bums me out. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a longer one. I like when we do the longer ones. I like them better because it can cut it up, chop it up a little bit better.
I'm officially laid off. We got time now.
Yeah, we could do a little more.
We can add another day if you want.
I'd like to do some mobile stuff, too. I want to get some mobile stuff going.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. But right now, I think I got to go bartend. I don't know if I can, though. Honestly, I've been sick. Yesterday, I went home early and I freaking slept all day. Like I stayed in bed all day.
So you got me in this little studio and you're sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You ain't got to go to work. What do you care?
Shit. I don't want to be stuck on my couch.
Well, you're stuck on your couch anyways.
No,
What's it matter?
I've been working on the house.
Working on the house? Doing what?
Shit, man, I got tools in a room that there's more tools in there than somebody's garage.
So you're saying you're cleaning.
Reorganizing.
You're supposed to do that anyway.
No, that's the extra rooms just stacked in there.
All right, we're out of here. Peace.
All right, later.